It's not trash. Scraps are not trash. Don't throw them away. Today, I'm going to show you a card design using just scraps. I'm going to make it in under 5 minutes. This is going to be a card design for Christmas, but you can incorporate it into any kind of card you want, any kind of occasion. Doesn't have to be Christmas, so stay with me. Watch how quick this comes together. And I'm telling you, it's not trash. All right, so let's get right to it. This is a super quick video, and you'll be amazed how quickly this card comes together. So definitely something easy to mass produce. I'm going to create a very easy background by smushing 2 different colors of Catherine Puller ink to an acrylic block, wetting it with water, and then basically just jiggy and down with my acrylic block. And that's it. I'm going to set that aside to dry while I work on assembling my little Christmas tree here. So this is some new pattern paper from the Holiday Whimsy pattern paper collection. And you can do this with anything. This does not have to be a Christmas themed project. I am just currently working on Christmas right now. So I actually mail some stuff out this year. So I have Christmas on the brain. So I'm just going through. So your pattern paper, your trash, whatever you got, wrapping paper, anything cool, any kind of cool paper you got, it's not trash. Take it. And I'm cutting mine into 1/2-inch strips. You can do smaller strips if you want to. And I'm just cutting it all down with whatever patterns that I like. Now I'm using a piece of cardstock as a base. Use whatever you want to. I'm using a color that I typically wouldn't use as a panel. So this is how I go through all of my colored cardstock. And I am just trimming down with scissors. You see there is no accuracy, no nothing. And it's just, I'm grabbing scissors and just cutting it down. I'm using my favorite glue in the whole wide world and just gluing it down. All the supplies I'm using, as always, are linked below in the description for you. And this is it. This is like a no-brainer at this point. You can make it wonky. You can keep it very straight if you're like a very person that likes proper ways of cutting and angles and all that stuff. Do that. I'm completely cuckoo, so it's only natural that I'm going to layer these just a little bit differently. This isn't looking like much right now, but eventually I am going to cut this down in the shape of a tree with my scissors. Now, if you have die cut shapes or anything like that, you can totally do that as well. This is supposed to be a very simple, easy to do card that you can make in under 5 minutes, so I didn't want to go through the extra step of die cutting, but really whatever you want to do. So here I am grabbing my scissors and I am just cutting a tree. So I start bigger and then work my way down when I'm cutting. So these scissors, I swear they're like a weapon, I'm telling you. But I love them because I can cut a whole piece of standard size cardstock in 2 cuts. So once I trim this tree out, I can go ahead and shape it, make sure the tree is, somewhat proportional. Or, like I said, grab a die cut and do whatever shape you want. Fun. This could be ornaments for your tree, tags, gift tags, whatever floats your boat. So I've got my tree all cut, ready to go. That panel there that we just did some quick smushing on at the beginning of the video is already dry. I'm going to take some double-sided foam tape here so I can pop my tree up. If you don't have this, don't worry, just glue it down flat. Ain't the end of the world. Just do whatever you want. Now, if you're doing cards that you're going to put in the post, do be careful of how much dimension you add to your projects, because the more poofier your card is, the more postage you're paying, baby. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that tree down with that double-sided tape. Then I'm going to do a sentiment. You could also do a die cut sentiment here. You could handwrite a sentiment, but my handwriting is completely atrocious. I've grabbed my Misty stamping tool and I'm using a sentiment from the Jolly Trees stamp set. This stamp set is adorable. See all those little trees? So stinking cute. And I've got cards over on my blog. All right, I'm going to link to that below in the description, but I've got lots of cards showcasing this entire release, but specifically these trees. So be sure to check that out if you want to. And I just went ahead, used my Misty so I don't mess up, and stamped Merry Christmas. This is some Dina Wakley. Is it Dina Wakley? Gloss spray. So it's basically like paint in a spray bottle. So I'm going to take the stir stick and just flick on some white paint. You can do this with gouache, a heavy white ink, any kind of ink that you have, or paint that'll sit on top of the paper, kind of to emulate snow, if you will, just to add a little something something to the background. And because the Catherine Puller inks are water reactive, I'm going to add some little water droplets to the card as well. And here is a look at how everything looks once it's dry. You can see the white paint, you can see the water droplets. I think it really pulls everything together. So, go in your trash can, get out all the scraps that you threw in there and pull them out and see what you can make. Trees, hearts, circles, stars, grass, hills. You can do all that stuff with your scraps. You can just turn all those scraps into beautiful shapes for focal point of your card. So that's what I'm saying. Just do it. It ain't trash. Thanks for watching.